Hi, in this video I'll help you get to know your car a little better. At the end of this video I've put together a straightforward infographic that summarizes all the key points. Like, subscribe and comment below. It really helps.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're tackling a diagnostic trouble code that can be really confusing and honestly a little scary, P0222. If that code is the reason you're watching, don't worry. We're going to break down exactly what your car is trying to tell you.
Okay, so there it is, that dreaded check engine light glowing on your dashboard. You get the code scanned and it spits out P0222. Suddenly, your car feels weak, sluggish, maybe even dangerous to drive. So the big questions are, what on earth does this code mean, and what are you supposed to do now?
At its very core, P0222 means your car's main computer, its brain, has a problem. It's listening for a signal from a super important sensor that controls your acceleration, but the signal it's getting is either way too low or it's not there at all. And for a car, that's a huge deal.
And trust me, this isn't some phantom code you can ignore. You are definitely going to feel this one. The most common thing you'll notice is a massive loss of power, what we call limp mode. Of course, the check engine light will be on, and maybe even a little lightning bolt icon, which is your car's electronic throttle control warning. Bottom line, you'll hit the gas and, well, not much is going to happen.
So, to really get why this code is popping up, we need to pull back the curtain on how your foot actually talks to the engine. In just about every modern car, it's not a simple mechanical cable anymore. It's way more high-tech.
That's right, there is no physical steel cable connecting your accelerator pedal to the engine. When you push down with your foot, you're not pulling on anything. You're actually sending an electronic signal. It's called a drive-by-wire system, and you can think of it as the digital nervous system for your car's acceleration.
And this whole digital conversation happens in the blink of an eye. You press the pedal, that movement is read by not one, but two separate sensors. We call them A and B. Then, the car's computer grabs the signals from both sensors and asks, do these match? If they do, great. It tells the engine exactly what to do.
So why in the world are there two sensors? Well, it's all about safety. It's a built-in buddy system. The computer is constantly double-checking your command, asking, do both of my sensors agree on what the driver wants? The code P0222 specifically means that sensor B is sending a bad signal. The voltage is too low, so that critical safety check has failed.
And that brings us to the most urgent question you probably have right now. If one sensor has failed, is it still safe to drive the car? The short answer is a hard no, and it is really, really important to understand why.
See, when the computer can't trust that throttle signal anymore, it panics a little. It doesn't know if you're asking for a tiny bit of gas or if your foot is floored. So to prevent something dangerous like sudden unintended acceleration, it defaults to a safety protocol. And that protocol is limp mode. It's basically the car protecting you from itself.
And the difference is night and day. Normally, your car is responsive, predictable, you have all the power you need. But in limp mode, forget it. Your engine power is slashed. Trying to merge onto a busy highway or even just climb a hill becomes a genuinely difficult and frankly risky situation.
But here's the real kicker, the ultimate risk you're taking by driving it. Limp mode is a pain, for sure. But the alternative is way worse. If that signal fails completely, your engine could just shut down, stall, right in the middle of an intersection or on a fast-moving highway. And that's a risk you just don't want to take.
Okay, so we know what's happening, and we know why it's so serious. But what part is actually broken? Let's take a look at the usual suspects. The places a mechanic is going to look first.
Now, when diagnosing this code, mechanics play the odds, and the data is pretty clear on this. In almost half the cases, about 45% of the time, the problem isn't the expensive sensor itself, it's the simple wiring or the connectors leading to it. About 35% of the time, yep, the sensor's toast. The rest of the time, it's something a little less common.
So let's translate that into plain English. A wiring issue could be a wire that's rubbed raw and is shorting out, or a pin in a connector that's gotten all green and corroded. Sensor failure just means the part itself has died. And those other issues? Well, in very, very rare cases, it could actually be a problem with the car's main computer.
So how does a professional mechanic figure this all out without just throwing expensive parts at your car and hoping for the best? Well, it's all about having a systematic game plan.
A good technician follows a logical path. They always start with the easy stuff, a visual check of all the wiring. Then they'll plug in a scan tool to watch what the sensor is doing in real time. But here's the most important part. They'll grab a multimeter and physically test the wires for voltage and continuity. This is how they prove if it's bad wiring or a bad sensor. Only then, after they've found the culprit, do they replace the part.
Now, I really want you to listen to this last step, the relearn. This part is absolutely critical. After a new sensor is put in, you have to tell the computer, hey, we have a new part here. You have to calibrate it. Skipping this step is one of the biggest reasons a repair fails, and that check engine light comes right back on. And of course, the bottom line. What can you expect this to set you back? Well, depending on your car and whether it's a simple wiring fix or you need a whole new part, you're usually looking at a range somewhere between $200 and $500 for a complete professional fix.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. We know what the code means, why it's a serious safety issue, and how a pro should fix it. So let's boil all this down into a clear plan. What should you do right now?
Here's your simple 4-point action plan. 1. Make a mental note of all the symptoms. Is the idle rough? Does it hesitate? 2. And this is the most important, park the car. Just don't risk driving it. 3. Get it to a good mechanic for a real diagnosis. And 4. Don't let anyone just replace a part without testing the circuit first. It could save you a lot of money.
At the end of the day, that little light on your dash isn't just there to annoy you. It's a message. It's your car communicating a really important safety problem. Codes like P0222 are its language. The only question is, are you listening?